Welcome to the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast, where we bring you a weekly dose of powerlifting news, tips, and training advice with a touch of 80s rock ballads. This podcast is presented by Team Roar Powerlifting, your source of the most comprehensive coaching and meet day preparation. Here are your hosts, Josh Rohr and Laura Sturm.
Welcome to the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast. I am one of your hosts, Laura Sturm.
And I'm Josh Rohr. We are at the number one hype song from everybody's list. So without further ado, Laura Sturm, what do you got?
I'm hyped. Oh, and by the way, this is episode 68.
Ooh,
We're getting up there. Isn't that crazy?
We're almost M4.
All right. So I'm super hype for our number one hype song. My top hype song is from Slipknot, Sulfur.
Great song. Gotta say, good choice.
Yeah. I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
All right. My number one, Metallica, Sad But True. Somebody else had that on their list. I think number 3. I think Wade Johnson had it number 3 or number 2. And I remember seeing it. I'm thinking, yeah, that's a good one. But it's higher on my list. That's my number one song.
Did you change your list?
No,
based on his list?
No,
it's
I didn't.
Illegal.
But I did. It is illegal. I would throw myself out of here so fast.
Can't make shit up as you go. Come on.
This is serious. There are rules. There are
There are
rules and there's a
rules.
code you got to follow.
Music is important.
Yeah.
All right. Charlie Jackson, number one song was from Windrose, Diggy Diggy Hole. Not Diggity Diggity Hole, but Diggy Diggy Hole. Don't know this song.
Same. No
I'm
idea.
perplexed with the title of the song. So
Yes. Still have yet to play these. Oh, pause. So if anybody hasn't been looking at the episode descriptions, Stacy Metcalf has put together a playlist for each of these rounds and put the link in the description of the podcast. She did this retroactively recently, so they weren't there like when the episodes came out, but they're there now. So go check them out if you want to actually listen to the songs.
Oh, awesome.
Continuing on, Jim Battenfield has AC/DC Thunderstruck as his number one. I don't know how anybody could argue against that. It's a great hype song. It should, realistically, it could be on everybody's list and I wouldn't think twice about it. It's a great song.
I mean, it's Thunderstruck. I think they open up. No, I was thinking Monster Truck Jam, but is that a different song? Anyway, I digress.
Great story.
Cindy Yeager. Yeah. Oh, the Larceny. This is it. I mean, I think I love the song. This is it, but I'm thinking of Kenny Loggins.
I know. that's
Which
what I was.
is probably not a hype song. But
Yeah. So I was literally, it was playing in my head and I'm like, yeah, I know this song. And then I'm like, I'm also following the same thing. I'm like, wait, no, that's Kenny Loggins. Like I was the exact same.
And maybe not hype. I mean, it's hype.
It's hype.
Hitting it right.
It's hype. Chris Peterson, In This Moment, Blood.
You know, I was listening to the song the other day while we were driving, and I was like, I love this band, and this would make a great hype song.
And it was that?
And it was that particular song.
Oh, nice.
So when I saw this on the list just now, I was like, oh, hey, that's a song I was listening to the other day. I saw them in concert. I believe it was with, I think Benji Green was there.
In This Moment?
That's in this moment? That's in this moment. No, Dancing. No.
Oh, Dan says you're wrong.
Dan says wrong. Well, okay, so never mind. But it was the song I was thinking of. So
cool.
I'll just keep moving. Great song. I applaud. But Wade Johnson coming with the heat. The best list for hype in our list. He beat me. I'm just going to say everyone needs to vote for Wade Johnson. His hype songs are the best. His number one hype song, Pantera, Walk. You can't get better. Yeah, you just can't. I'm ashamed that my list doesn't look exactly like his.
Yeah,
except 2 Pantera songs in the list. I
That,
don't know if I could do 2. That's
I don't know. That's, we got to argue against it somehow. So, two artists, same artist in there twice. Yeah, I don't know.
Right. That would be the only defect.
That's the only knock I have on it. It's a great list.
Exactly. What else can you do?
Then you got Chris Elmore. He has Burn the Priest, Kerosene.
Don't know the song, but it sounds like a face melter.
It is. So I'm pretty sure I know the song only because of him playing it in the gym. If it's the song I'm thinking of, it's a face melter.
Nice. So Mike Haffenbrack has something interesting. His number one hype song is from Nine Inch Nails. The mark has been made, and he says, to be specific, in between minute 150 to 415.
Yeah.
So if you're going to listen to the song, that maximum hype hits around 150. It goes to 450. So
I think it's interesting because I didn't think about that, but there are very specific points of the songs that in my list that are the go-tos. Like I don't listen to the entire song. Right. So that's an interesting addition there that I didn't think about. Anyway, Hannah Keith, Gil Scott Heron, The Revolution will not be televised.
Well, of course it won't be televised.
No freaking idea what this is.
Me either. But I approve of the name of the song. So Shayna White had Boozy, Badass, and Weber, Wipe Me Down. Which I don't know the song either.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I'm loving some of these titles though.
I know, right?
Titles. It's great. Uncle Jeremy had Motorhead, The Game as his number one.
Great song.
Yeah.
It would hype me up. All right. So Jeremy Hartman also bringing the heat with a pretty good, solid mix of songs there.
Yep.
I like it. Eric Cordero. I feel like I'm always butchering his name.
Yeah, I never correct you, so I'm just. No, it's right. It's right.
Okay, thank you. God.
Cordero. That's what you said, right?
Roher.
Rar.
All right, you can't fuck that up either. All right. So Eric had his number one was Sheer Terror. Just can't hate enough.
Yeah.
It sounds angry.
Yeah, sounds angry. I don't know it. But somebody else had this on their list too, I believe, or at least they had. No, you know what it is? Eric had this song on either his one hit wonder list or some other list. Cause I remember seeing this before somewhere. So at some point I need to listen to it because it's been on a list multiple times.
Very nice.
Benji Green, Disturbed, Down with the Sickness. Also great song.
You can't go wrong with Disturbed, that whole song.
Yeah.
Yes. Stephen Fortenberry had his number one is Ozzy Osbourne, Bark at the Moon. And I really appreciate Ozzy. I have, I think, said to you a few times, like, we need to train to more Ozzy. That's what's wrong with this training session that's going down right now. And I would change the music to listen to Ozzy because Black Sabbath, Ozzy, you can't go wrong. And specifically Bark at the Moon. I love this song so much. It makes me listen and try to separate the drums. I love that song.
So you know what? I love, so Ozzy, I believe, is underrated on the hype list. You're right. Mm-hmm. I think so Bark at the Moon's a great song, and that is something I listen to for hype as well. But of course, I'm odd. My favorite hype Ozzy song is not Crazy Train, but N.I.B. You know that song? It's kind of slower. Oh,
okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is this Black Sabbath?
Is it Black Sabbath? Maybe it is.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, that's for whatever reason the song I go to with Ozzy.
There you go. I mean, Ozzy's pretty hype.
Not that anybody cares. I just figured, like, you know what, I'm going to throw that.
Hey, we're all about idiosyncrasies on this podcast. Like, because fuck it, it's our podcast. You can listen, or you can go somewhere else. I don't know.
Well, and we're saying that to our audience that probably have already gone somewhere else.
Probably. Well, but
jokes on you guys.
Yeah. Wow. In your face. Okay. Stephen Fortenberry. Oh, sorry, I already said that. Stacey Metcalf had Eminem Till I Collapse. I think we've talked about the song. I can't listen to it because it hypes me automatically and starts me feeling kind of nauseous.
Yeah. So by definition, great hype song.
Right? Exactly. Because it makes me want to flee the building.
I love that song. That's definitely on my list as well.
All right.
Amy Pancake, Michael Jackson, Billie Jean. You know.
All right, we get to talk, Amy.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to defend her on this one because this was on my list of third attempt deadlift songs when I did that way back when. So this is my normal go-to, unless I'm just having a terrible, like, need something angry to bypass all of my emotions. But normally that would be my number one, like, go-to song. But when I need an actual hype, I
Billie Jean gets you hyped.
It does.
Like hyped. Like, I'm going to lift some shit off.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
there's a car that's crushing a loved one, and I just need to pick it up. Like that type of hyped.
Yeah, I mean, probably not for that, I guess. That's very specific. No, but for real, like whenever when you and I were lifting against each other by points in wherever that was, the Savage Open that Tay ran. We
that I won.
yeah. All right. Anyway, point is that Tay knew I liked that song, so she played it for my third deadlift. And Gino was there announcing. He's like, "Oh, don't turn this off. You're gonna mess him up." And then everybody's like, "No, this is his song." And he's like, "What?" And then he's given me shit about it ever since. Like,
and I'm like, did I get my hype song for that?
I don't think so.
I think that you got played favorites.
I think there was some favoritism there. I think.
Thanks, Latavia.
Yeah, thanks, Latavia.
Or was that Gene? Gino.
No, that was Tay. Tay. I don't know who played it, but it was at the request of Tay. So Tay, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Tay.
Billie Jean.
Hit me. Megan Powell has Garmani. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right.
Garmiani.
Thank you. Ava or AVA. I don't know. It sounds like it's worth a listen because I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, same. Marshall Powell, Texas in July, dressed for war. Don't know it.
We were just so silent on that
awkward
one.
pause.
Awkward silence. Sorry. Yeah, that's one.
Exactly what you want to see or hear on the podcast. Awkward silence.
Because that's all what we're about. Silence. Don't know the song, so we're just gonna move right on. It sounds awesome though. Sorry, Marshall. Jenna Weinstein, Queen, Don't Stop Me Now. This song for Queen would actually hype me. I like that song. That gets me going.
Yeah, I think I have to agree. That's a good one. Gretchen Patsios also has AC/DC Thunderstruck as her number one. Can't argue that, obviously.
Nice.
Great choice.
And I'm just thinking back to the damn Monster Jam. What is that damn song that they open up with? Gosh, terrible. Katie Dodge had Rob Zombie, and the song is What? And I'm a big Rob Zombie. I can't speak today, which is also what you want to do on a podcast. Yeah. Rob Zombie. I'm a big Rob Zombie fan. And I'm like, what song is that? What? But a lot of his songs, like I know, but then I don't know the title of the song. So I'm probably familiar with the song and I just don't remember.
Yeah, same.
So when are the voting going to start? Because that's what both of our listeners are asking.
Yep. So we're going to actually start the voting on Sunday, I believe. I think we're going to shift to Sundays. That just gives me a little bit more time to do all the graphics because we have so many more people competing this time. It gives me a little chance to get that ready.
That extra day in this holiday weekend.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to change it up a little bit too. I think just for simplicity, because there's so many people and I don't want to do math, we're only going to vote on the PL Ballads podcast Instagram. So traditionally, we've actually had it up on both Team Roar and PL Ballads, but this time around, we're going to stick to PL Ballads. So make sure you're following us on Instagram and check out the Instagram stories on Sunday. Probably going to be Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. Don't really know. You're going to have to just follow us and watch. Look for it. Basically, whenever I get around to it, or it's possible Stacy may be volunteering to do that for me.
Oh,
she hasn't said that exactly, but I am throwing it out there.
Maybe she'll be voluntold.
Yeah, just maybe.
When does voting end?
Well, so it's on the Instagram stories. It's up. It'll be live for 24 hours. So
is that how Instagram stories work? And I'm just not.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
That's exactly it. So they disappear after 24 hours. So whatever time we post them on Sunday, they will disappear at that same time on Monday.
Okay. I should, I don't know, get up on
This
technology or something, because
well, we're educating you here.
Yeah. I also, that whole like holding your finger on the story so it doesn't go away. That was like mind blowing. My teenagers didn't tell me that when they told me how to use Instagram. So I blame them.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool little things on Instagram too, that you can do with like covering up like a picture with like drawing over top of it and then erasing certain parts so that that's the only part that shows through the scribble marks. It's pretty neat. I'm really just talking right now.
Yeah.
I don't really
I
know how to
appreciate the
explain it.
filters, some of the filters. I get cracked up with some of the filters.
You mean like the funny faces and stuff, or
Yeah.
like just
Yeah. I just spent hours
hours.
hours. Hours. I also have My Talking Pet, which is the best app ever. And I actually pay for it because it's just amusing. So I take a picture of my cat and then I make my cat say things. And
That's how you did it.
Yes. It's the best app ever. Buy this app.
Wasn't that your Christmas card one year? Or was it Christmas card?
I think it was Hope's birthday card.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Card.
But I can also make inanimate objects like this rubber ducky sing or say thug things.
What is it? Thug things.
There are some canned things, and it'll say like, "You shall not pass." Like, it's the funniest thing. And this is how I amuse myself because I don't get it out enough. It's called My Talking Pet. And it's the best app ever. You can buy it by the month, so you don't have to pay a whole $30. So for a low $2.99, you can amuse yourself. And then there's, that Snapchat. I don't actually send anybody anything. I just play with the filters and just laugh. That's me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So my talking pet available on Amazon, probably Google Play Store and Apple. I don't know. I'm making it up.
They should sponsor us, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of our actual sponsors here, A7, don't forget, has donated a $50 gift card to the winner of this tournament. So we should definitely shout them out since we just shouted out My Talking Pet for the last 20 minutes, which I got to admit, I'm still very amused by. And I kind of want to go back to it, but we'll move on.
This app. You can make your chickens talk, Josh.
Yeah.
When you can make your chickens talk, what else are you going to do?
They talk to me as it is.
Okay, that was just weird.
Man.
So we need to have like real sponsors, maybe. Like,
yeah.
Hey, here's another frequent sponsor I hear on podcasts, Pretty Litter. If you have a cat, actually, Pretty Litter is awesome.
Pretty Litter?
Pretty Litter. It's like cat litter that's like crystal sand, and it is amazing. So we should get Pretty Litter as a sponsor.
So anybody in the cat litter industry, if you want to sponsor our podcast, we would love to have you.
So hey, anybody who wants to sponsor us, just shoot us a text and say, hey, talk about our products. But we have to actually believe in it, or I'm not doing it. No.
Yeah, sorry. I agree. And I know nothing about cat litter.
Because you have a cat.
I know nothing about I don't know a lot about a lot of things, but I do know A7's got some awesome stuff. They are, I believe, based on their website, dropping some new stuff for Black Friday, because it looks like they have their website locked where you can't even get on to order anything. You have to wait to see the reveal for Black Friday, which I'm not going to lie, has me a little intrigued.
Yeah, right. That's kind of cool marketing. I love my Grippy shirt that I have with A7. I got one at the Arnold, and so it's a nice little souvenir, and then it grips, and I love, especially with squats.
Yeah, what's funny? I've never used I have a lot of A7 things, but the bar grip shirt is not one of them, which is like their main, like,
it's amazing.
I wouldn't say it's their main claim to fame, but it's like kind of what they're most known for, or were first known for.
Hey, and especially
if
you're traveling to an unknown gym and their bars suck, which happens a lot, right?
Yeah.
If your shirt has the grippy stuff on it, you're just that much further up. You can keep your training. So
yeah,
go A7. I love your products. You're awesome.
Yep. And yeah, I can't stress, like, I know we've been rambling on different topics here, but for real, they like, we weren't joking when we said that they donated a $50 gift card for the winner of the tournament. Like, that is real. So we're definitely appreciative of that. And somebody, according to Laura, Wade Johnson's going to win it, but we have to wait and see what the voting says.
Yeah. I mean, if the voting isn't rigged, Wade Johnson's winning.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because I lost that time.
You have serious okay. If it was rigged, do you think I would go out in the first round every freaking time?
Well, you're too humble. So yeah, I do. You'd be like, I can't win anyway. So you just bring yourself down. It's rigged.
It's the perfect cover. The perfect cover. I'm sabotaging myself to build credibility that it's not rigged, and I'm just waiting for that moment to strike where I rig it and I win.
I still get Instagram notifications for my other profiles that I created to try to not lose to Chris Elmore. And, you know, I still crack myself up when I get a notification for Elmore's songs really suck profile. And
what notifications are you getting? Do you have people that are following you at that address?
I don't think, I just get random notifications from Instagram telling me you should look at these pictures. And I'm like, no, go away. Weird. I'm not buying your car warranty. I don't know.
Speaking of car warranty, I mean, this is really getting off topic, but I had something get up under the truck and chew some wires on my truck.
Is that what made your truck die?
Yeah. Two wires got chewed, and basically it was 2 wires that go into the main computer. So it would start to crank and then stop. And like, I did all kinds of research, checked all these fuses, like did all the things, and couldn't figure out what it was. So I took it in thinking it was like the computer was bad. And they're like, nope, you just had something get up in there and chew 2 wires. And like,
chicken?
so this, yeah, it was the chickens. The chickens got up in there and ate the wires. So yeah, that was kind of frustrating, but good news. Random. And to top it off, so on the way home, so I took it to the dealership, took like 3 days to get it fixed. And I'm driving home and I freaking blew one of my right front tire blew on the highway, like 5 minutes from the house. So I had to wait and have that thing towed, or had the AAA came out, change the tire and whatever. So I still have a spare tire on right now. I got to
get that you've been having great luck.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Be careful.
But, you know, always trying to look at the positive. I could have been somewhere going to a meet with the trailer.
Yeah.
Could have been out of town. Like, all this stuff happened at home, basically. So,
right.
Where
5 minutes from home is.
Yeah, 5 minutes from home. And I wasn't, you know, and the wires got chewed when it was sitting at home. So, you know, I wasn't on my way to a meet. Like, there wasn't no time, like pressure, anything like that. So, yeah, I kind of look at it as it was best case scenario. And I think a lot of people just look at it like, oh shit, this sucks, but which it does. But I think looking at the positive, could have been way worse.
Yeah, that's super true.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to read our powerlifting situation, which I like this one because it could happen. Except for you and me, because we don't really compete anymore. Right. You are competing on Saturday. Thanksgiving's Thursday. You're currently 1.5 kilos over your 83 kilo weight class, Joshua. Do you stick to your diet and cut weight, or do you eat big and move up?
Josh 15 years ago would absolutely cut weight, make weight. Josh today would absolutely go up and not think about it.
Is it because you're a mature lifter, or because you just don't give an actual fuck?
It's more the latter. You know, I hope to one day give a fuck again. But for right now, I'm content. I'm content with competing where I'm at and not too worried about it.
So this is an amazing candle and I'm sorry for this podcast that you can't see this, but this is a Christmas, a birthday gift someone gave me, and it says, it's a candle and it says, "My last fuck. Oh, look, it's on fire. Burn, bitch, burn."
You have some weird stuff, man.
Yeah, it's fun. All right, so now I'm going to read the new lifter tip. So,
I want you to answer this. What would you do?
Okay.
Would you cut weight and make weight, or would you just?
Well, I'm not going to be 83 kilos. So let's just say I'm back in the 67 kilo weight class. Is that what it is now?
Okay. Well, right now it's still 63 and 69. It'll be 67.5.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so we're talking about this year.
All right. So let's make it more. Let's make it more percentage appropriate. Let's say, you're 1 kilo over your 63 kilo weight class.
I would stick to my diet, lift, and eat big after.
Yeah, you're better than me.
Well, yes. Not really. No, I mean, I just, if I trained that hard and it was all on track and I was going to do good, I probably wouldn't derail it with that. Because I'm also kind of a foodie, and I'm a big believer that there's what you put in your mouth is not just for what it should taste like. It's fuel. It's not abs are made in the kitchen, but they're not about looks. This is all about health in the long run. And when you are fluffy, it's because your body's saying, hey, pay attention, quit that shit that you're eating.
Yeah.
We don't lose weight by doing more cardio. We lose weight by putting the right things in the pie hole. So
gotcha.
There's my getting off the soapbox.
Yeah. So as you were saying that, so I started thinking like, okay, right before COVID hit, like my plan was to do a meet, because I've been competing at 93 kilos because I didn't feel like cutting weight. Well, I had dieted down and I was actually walking around at like 84 kilos, 83 kilos, bouncing around. So my plan was to do a meet to qualify for nationals at 83 because I was qualified at the higher class and could never lift lower. So that was my intention. And then COVID hit and there wasn't really meets, and I didn't really feel like competing. So I don't know. Now I'm thinking, I probably would actually cut to make 83 just to qualify. But then I'm like, I would not do a meet the week after Thanksgiving because I know I don't want to do that. So
right. So it's also that smart set scheduling thing. Like
so I'm not sure I would actually be in this situation because I think I would just be like, I know I want to eat. So
if any meet director scheduled one right after Thanksgiving, then that's just cruel and unusual, and that should just be illegal.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, like people can choose to do it or not.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
and like government should make it illegal. You're right. I mean, I'm not saying that because whatever. Libertarian here.
Yeah, tell us more.
Can I just move on now? All right. New lifter tip. The minimum required equipment to compete in a powerlifting meet. You've got your singlet. You've got your closed toe athletic shoes, underwear, knee-high socks, t-shirt. While there is other equipment that's optional, the above list is required. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Well, you wrote it, so of course you do.
Yep. I think it's just, so a lot of people get caught up in seeing like all the, people with the SBD belts, SBD knee sleeves, like the real high end stuff. And that can add up a little bit. And I think it's important to know, like, you don't have to have all that stuff to compete. Like, yeah, it's helpful. Yeah, it's nice. But, what we just listed is the minimum that you actually have to have. Some of those other things you can have, but they're not required to be in a meet. So, people that are wanting to get into the sport, I think knowing the path of least resistance, that might not be the right way to use that.
Yeah. The minimalist approach.
Yeah. Like you don't have to, drop a couple $100 to compete. You can do the minimum required equipment and get into competition, see that you like it, and then decide to invest in more, more advanced equipment and stuff like that.
Right. And now with kind of dialing back the equipment required, the IPF level stuff. I mean, making that like, hey, any singlet that meets the requirements.
Yeah. So that's a good point.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that is true. Any gear, as long as it meets specs, is allowed at this point. Mm-hmm. The only thing to remember though, the approved logos is still in effect. So like if you buy a giant, a giant singlet. If you buy a singlet that has like a giant logo on it that says, I don't know why I'm thinking of this. If you have a big Chick-fil-A logo on your singlet, like you can't, yeah, right. I don't know why that came to mind, but you can't wear that unless they happen to be, a sponsor or whatever. And the idea is to, keep a consistent look on the platform. And one of the big things is like nothing political and stuff like that, keeping all that kind of off the platform, which is the reason for the approved logos. So I only say that is to, yes, any gear, as long as it meets specs, is allowed, but you still have to adhere to the logo rule. And most singlets have like the logo of the manufacturer of the singlet or whatever, which, as long as that's, small, that's okay. And all those rules are detailed in the rule book, but.
So my Waffle House singlet is out. I can't wear that one either.
Unless you can get them to be a sponsor, then potentially. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me. Like, that list is all online too. You can find it. But, I just want to throw that out there because everybody's excited about the, requirements, which I am too. But just, I think people need to realize that approved logo is still in effect.
Right. And same thing with T-shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So,
okay.
Cool.
Good point. All right. Questions, comments, songs, random thoughts, send them our way.
We are starting voting on the best hype song top 5 list on Sunday. Make sure you pay attention to it. Make sure you vote at PL Ballads Podcast on Instagram. I hope everybody listening out there has a great Thanksgiving and doesn't have to make weight on Saturday.
Exactly. Absolutely. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Be grateful.
Right. Happy Thanksgiving. Later.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode of the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast, please remember to subscribe and share it with your friends.